One Zambia, One Nation. Thank you so much for joining us on Zanis News. To present it, I'm Michelle Luwinda. The headlines. Government advised to develop modern airport in Chapata. FRA reassures soybean farmers. Smart Zambia opens electronic platform for land services in Ndola. Plus, Lions Club equips Chinsali General Hospital. And the news in detail. The Eastern Province Chamber of Commerce and Industry has asked government to take advantage of the 900 hectares of land offered by Chief Nzamani to relocate the Chapata Airport to the new site. EPCCI Chief Executive Officer Alice Mkandawire says the site offered by the traditional leader will not only accommodate modern infrastructure, but also promote international trade due to its proximity to the Nakala corridor. More in this report by Jubel Zulu.
This is Chapata Airport in Eastern Province, which was originally designed to handle local flights. And as one of the oldest airports, it has served this purpose. However, this facility now faces a challenge of inadequate land to accommodate the expansion of infrastructure which is needed to have the airport modernized.
If you are to put up such a bigger infrastructure, what is your return on investment? Look at the figures at the current airport, as compared even at Info. I think when we were doing that study, we did add the figures from Info and also combined with Chapata. We are very low. And even an investor, if he wants to venture into such a project, he looks at the payback period, the return on investment. I think it's something that is worthwhile to look at. Of course, government can come up with projects. One can be developmental, others can be non-developmental.
But the Eastern Province Chamber of Commerce and Industry has proposed to government to take advantage of the offer of the 900 hectares of land by Chief Zamani to relocate Chapata Airport.
Our appeal to the government is that to look at the land which Chief Nzamani gave, the green field for investment for an international airport. Because when you look at this one, this was meant for Chapata when it was just an ordinary town. But now Chapata is a city, there's a lot of economic activity coming into Chapata, a lot of investment coming into Chapata. We need an airport of international standard. And I think that land needs to be looked at. A number of studies have been done on that land already. We know it's about 900 hectares, which Chief Nzamani has given for that development.
The Chamber of Commerce believes that if the airport is situated at the new location offered by Chief Zamani, this will promote international trade as the facility will be closer to the Nakara corridor.
That land, which is allocated to Chief Zamani, is actually closer to the Nakara corridor. Remember, there is the triangle, the triangle, Malawi, Mozambique, and Zambia. If the airport is put on that site, it will actually facilitate more business in the triangle.
Jubel Zulu, Zanis, Chapata District, Eastern Province.
Now, President Hakainde Hichilema is tomorrow, Tuesday, May 30th, expected in Chongo District, Lusaka Province, for a one-day official visit. Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has disclosed this in Lusaka. Jonathan Mkuka reports that Mr. Kamalata says President Hichilema will be in Chongo to officially launch the National Decentralization Policy and the Zambia Devolution Support Program. Details in this report.
President Hakainde Hichilema is tomorrow, Tuesday, May 30, 2023, expected in Chongo District of Lusaka Province for a one-day official visit. Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has disclosed this in an interview with Zanis in Lusaka today. Mr. Kamalata says the Republican president will be in Chongo to officially launch the National Decentralization Policy and the Zambia Devolution Support Program.
I wish to announce that His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. President Hakainde Hichilema, is expected tomorrow, 30th May, in Chongo District of Lusaka Province. And he's going there specifically to commission the Zambia Devolution Support Program, which will be held at Chalimbana Local Government Training Institute.
President Hakainde Hichilema is expected in Chongo at about 10 hours in the morning.
Expected to be Chongo tomorrow at 10 o'clock, where there will be various activities. Among others include touring of the stands that will be showcasing the beneficiaries of that have benefited from CDF.
Selected traditional leaders from across the country are expected to be in attendance.
We are also expected to have in our presence some chiefs from around the country and senior government officials.
President Hichilema is expected to fly back to Lusaka immediately after his official engagement in Chongo District. Jonathan reporting for Zanis News in Lusaka.
The National Council for Construction has challenged women to get involved in the construction industry. National Council for Construction Chairperson Vitalis Moya has urged women to take keen interest in the construction so that they can benefit from the contracts awarded to local contractors undertaking constituency development fund projects. Details in the following report.
National Council for Construction has challenged women in the country to get involved in the construction industry. National Council for Construction Chairperson Vitalis Moya has urged women to take keen interest in construction so that they can benefit from the contracts awarded to local contractors undertaking constituency development fund funded projects in the country.
We are changing gender, In the past, it was considered to be construction for men, not women. Please don't get me wrong. We are always confining our women to the kitchen. It was very, very wrong. Very, very wrong. But let's join hands. Let's encourage them so that they are involved. Why not 50 men in the construction sector, 50 women? Because for now, it's roughly about 10%, even less than that compared to men. It's very sad. Let them come on board. And women are very hardworking.
Even the law also supports women participation in construction.
I'll begin by talking about our act. And this is Act number 10 of 2020. There is a provision in this Act that compels NCC to collaborate with other government agencies and of course procuring entities for these institutions to ensure that in their bidding documents they comply with any other pieces of legislation that promote the participation of women, the youth, and other vulnerable members of society.
In the era of gender equality, women are encouraged to do work that has always been known as work for men, and the construction industry is the way to go. Mary Chola, Zanis, Dola District, Copperbelt Province.
And in Lusaka Province, the Food Reserve Agency FRA has apologized to the farming community for its decision not to buy soybeans in the 2022-2023 marketing season. FRA Board Chairperson Kelvin Hambwezia says the agency is sorry for the inconvenience caused to the farmers by not buying the commodity. Mr. Hambwezia stated that the agency will not sit idle, but will rather work with other stakeholders in soybean sector and assist farmers sell their soybeans. He said this last evening when he featured on ZNBC Weekly Sunday interview program on TV1. Meanwhile, FRA has assured soybeans farmers that it will move in to buy soybeans once it offloads the current stock it is holding in the national reserves. In a related development, Lunte District Commissioner Joseph Chilando has called on farmers in the district to sell their maize to the Food Reserve Agency, FRA. Mr. Chilando explained that selling the maize to FRA would enable farmers in the district to contribute to the country's food security. The district commissioner says the increase in the maize flour price is an indication that government cares for the farmers. Meanwhile, Mr. Chilando says farmers in the district are happy with the increased maize flour price. He has, however, urged farmers not to be enticed by good price to sell all their maize but keep some for home consumption. The Food Reserve Agency announced 280 kwacha as the price for buying a 50-kilogram bag of maize during the 2023 marketing season.
President and his government has increased from 180 to 280. He has increased by 100, which means indirectly he has even empowered the farmers, as he is empowering other people like the youth and the women, but he has also empowered the farmers indirectly by increasing 100 kwacha. We don't want farmers here now to start selling products to other businessmen, scrupulous businessmen, because they are buying at a lower price than what the government has given. So all the farmers should exercise patience, sell them to the government, because that is very important. Also to keep some for their own consumption, because they should not sell everything. They should keep some for their own consumption.
The Department of Social Welfare in Kalulushi District on the Copperbelt province has distributed 60 bicycles to social welfare committees to ease mobility. Kalulushi Assistant Social Welfare Coordinator Audrey Mwanza says the bicycles are one of the empowerment strategies government is using to reach out to the vulnerable community members in need of social welfare services. Bwalia Kapapula has more in this report.
They are striving hard to reach out to all the vulnerable communities to ensure that they benefit from the government's social welfare schemes. No wonder government is empowering all community social welfare committees to ease their movements. In Kalulushi, the community welfare assistant committees have received bicycles and other materials for easy access to the communities.
The service delivery of social cash transfer is going to work out well now that we have empowered members of the CWAC. And I would want, on behalf of the district, to thank the ministry for having extended this gesture to Kalulushi district.
Assistant Social Welfare Coordinator urged the beneficiaries to put the bicycles to good use.
To guard these bicycles jealously, and those that are holding on to old bicycles, they should also make others use the old bicycles, not just the new ones, because the danger is there are these new bicycles, they will pack their old bicycles.
And the beneficiaries are excited.
turakwata ama beneficiaries ayekala okutali so tatwala ekitamani gyokwenda okya mu tempula ama beneficiaries besu kumonefo baleyikala
wa government batwalikize bantu challenge twakwete ikulu sana ma transport concern na majinga bantu oko tuikala kwali boko kusana bantu bekala mapanga onafo bekala fe mu centro.
Kalulushi has over 5,000 beneficiaries on social cash transfer program. Kapapula for Zanis in Kalulushi.
We move to Choma District, where the district has received 95 bicycles, which have since been distributed to community welfare assistant committees. The move is expected to improve the monitoring of over 12,000 social welfare cash transfer beneficiaries, food security pack recoveries, as well as reporting of gender-based violence cases. This came to light when Choma District Commissioner Sikaleya Gomela flagged off the distribution exercise. Runia Sakala has more in this report.
Government, through the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, is implementing various social protection programs such as the Food Security Pack and Social Cash Transfer. Effective identification and monitoring of beneficiaries under these programs is made possible with the help of Community Welfare Assistant Committees, CWACs.
The roles of Community Welfare Assistance Committee members, one is to mobilize the communities for meetings. Number two, it's also to be present during the social cash transfer payments. The others, it's also monitoring of beneficiaries to make sure that they did receive the funds and how they are just doing.
The work that they do, they help us in listing of beneficiaries under Food Security Pack Committee. And after the listing has been done, the Rotary, they are the ones that help us throughout the distribution of inputs to the beneficiaries. Apart from that, they also help us to collect recoveries after beneficiaries have harvested.
Transport to ease their movement around communities has been a challenge. But now, Government has intervened by providing 95 bicycles.
We have a caseload of 12,301 members of in the community where welfare assistance committees work, which are here, have to reach out. And let me further urge the members of SIWAC that these bicycles will need repair. I'm told that there will be a small token for repair, but as users, we must also be responsible.
Martha Nyambe is a SIWAC member.
Indeed, we have been crying for transport because of covering long distances on foot. We are very thankful to the President who has a listening ear. And we promise that we'll work tirelessly. We'll reach out there to help the need of the people. There are a lot of disabilities in these townships, in the compound in Choma. Some of them are left out because we are failing to reach them out. But this time, make sure I will cover all the corners of Choma.
Runia Sakala, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
And in other news, Smart Zambia has introduced an electronic platform at the Ministry of Lands on the Copperbelt province to help residents who have land titles make transactions electronically. Smart Zambia National Coordinator Percy Chinyama says the Zamportal platform is beneficial to the residents as it will help the ministry clean up records, mostly title deeds that have been duplicated. Details in the following report.
The Ministry of Lands on the Copperbelt province has started using the Zamportal platform, an electronic service for public services provided by the Smart Zambia Institute. Smart Zambia National Coordinator has visited the Department of Lands in Chongo District to check on how management is operating the electronic system.
And I want to urge the citizens, those that have land, those of you that have land, whether it's on title, whether it's on offer, those that have incomplete transactions, please log on to the ZAM portal. If you have a smartphone, log on to the ZAM portal. It is very user-friendly. The steps are there that you need to follow in order for you to do a transaction.
Mr. Chinyama says the process will help clean up the land records and enable people to access genuine land.
Most importantly, this system is going to be the beginning of us cleaning up the land inventory in the country. I think most of you know that we've had issues here and there over the land inventory. Who owns land? Where is this land being given? Is this genuine? Is it not genuine? The system has introduced a digital title deed. So now you'll be able to move your title deed on your phone.
The Land Department officers are happy with the introduction of the electronic service.
It's enabling us to interact with clients, even from the field when we're out working. A client is able to walk in, request for a service, and we're able to respond, even using our smartphones.
The National Coordinator called on the Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary, Augustine Kasongo.
Action of this system at Ministry of Lands, what has come in place now that the queues have reduced, because people are able to access the facility anywhere where they are. This is reducing congestion at the Ministry of Lands, and also, in a way, trying to reduce on the issue of corruption.
Nelly Bota reporting for Zanis in Ndola.
In empowerment news, government has allocated 3 million kwacha to kickstart the empowering of youths in Eastern Province with motorcycles. Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole has disclosed this to Zanis in an interview that the empowerment program will initially start with about 120 youths. Mr. Tole said the empowerment will require beneficiaries to pay back the cost of the motorcycle after a year of using them. The Permanent Secretary said the idea behind the empowerment was to use physical assets that had guaranteed return to make it easy for beneficiaries to pay back. He also noted that the program would ensure beneficiaries adhered to the safety guidelines, as they would need to have a passenger service vehicle rider's license and would be inducted by the Road Transport and Safety Agency before allowing them on the road. Meanwhile, youths in Chapata District are elated by the introduction of motorcycle empowerment program, saying they have failed to acquire their own motorcycles and ended up working for other people. And lastly, in the news, the Lions Club of Chinsali in Mchinga Province has donated 12 pieces of assorted medical kits to Chinsali General Hospital. Chinsali Lions Club First Vice President Joshua Banda says the club is supplementing government's effort to ensure that medical facilities are equipped with modern equipment. Details in this report by Henry Lumpa Jr.
Since establishing their presence in Mchinga Province in 2018, the Lions Club of Chinsali have continued to supplement government's efforts in various sectors through their social corporate responsibility. With a part of their focus on health and provision of emergency aid in times of disasters, the Lions Club of Chinsali have since donated about 12 pieces of assorted medical kits to Chinsali General Hospital. Chinsali Lions Club First Vice President Dr. Joshua Banda, who led a team of Lions doing the donation, highlighted on the other services rendered to the community by the Lions Club.
The provision of life supporting systems like wheelchairs and the others, then we raise funds for life-saving treatment. Whatever inadequacies in the treatment center, in the SECO, we come in to assist.
Meanwhile, Mchinga Provincial Health Director Dr. Davis Lwea has appreciated the gesture of donating medical kits, of which some were lacking at the medical facility.
The district hospital basically, sees a lot of patients in Chinsali, and so you see their consumption of medical supplies and drugs is on the higher side. And when we have social clubs like Lions Club of Chinsali supplementing to government efforts, we really are excited.
And Chinsali Lions Club Service Chair Chulufia Kapwepwe highlighted on how the medical kits were sourced.
People whose parents actually originate from Chinsali. The gentleman who was able to get together all these items in UK is a grandfather to Reverend Mutubila.
Among the medical kits donated were syringes, laryngoscopes, catheters and neonatal scales, among others. Henry Lumpa Jr., Zanis in Chinsali, Mchinga Province.
That item from Mchinga Province brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of stories that made headlines. Government advised to develop modern airport in Chapata. FRA reassures soybeans farmers. Smart Zambia opens electronic platform for land services in Ndola. Plus, Lions Club equipped Chinsali General Hospital. That's the news. That's all we could package. On behalf of the entire production team, this has been Michelle Lubinda. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, it's bye-bye and God bless.